Hey y'all, so I wanted to show you a little bit of a cash 4 workout. And the one that I like most is going to be the 6464 rundown. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at the 6464 as your starting point. You're going to write that down and draw a line under it. And we're going to use Massachusetts for an example. And I'm going to break this down as best as I can for you guys. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But we're looking for the number to predict out for January 8th. All right, so just follow along with me. 4136 was the previous winning number. Okay, that's the one you're going to place underneath it. What you will do then is add your 6 plus your 4. That's going to give you 10. So when you see that you have a double digit, you can't just write 1 0. You have to keep the number that's on the right hand side. So you would keep the 0. So let me show you what it would look like on the following line. All right, now you see where I have the 0? That is where I added 6 plus 4, that's 0. I will take this number and add it to the 6. 6 plus 0 is 6. Now I'm going to take the 6 plus 6, that gives me a 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. I only keep the number on the right-hand side. Okay, so we're going to do that continuously all the way across. We're going to do the same thing with 4 plus 1. That's going to give us 5. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 4 is going to be a 0. So watch as we go through and we set these numbers up. Alright, so now you notice how we're starting to formulate a pattern. We're taking the 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. We only keep the right-hand side of the digit that showed. Alright, you're going to continue to do this on each one of these until you have the same number repeating itself here at the bottom. Okay, so now we have the chart completely filled. You'll see that this is the entirety. The next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to highlight your date sum. Alright, so I made a note here that the next step you're going to do is highlight your date sum, which is going to be how you calculate it is by adding the month plus the day, and it will give you your set of digits. Currently, the month is January, the date is 8, so we add 9, or excuse me, we add 1 plus 8, giving us a 9. Alright, so 9 is what we're going to want to look for. So we're going to highlight all the 9s on the chart. Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is highlight the date sum here with the 9s. Those are highlighted. The next step is to highlight the mirror of a 9, which is a 4. Now, what is a mirror? I have a chart here that shows you what mirrors are. A mirror is where you can indicate one number can play as another. So anytime you would see a 9, you could know that it could also be a 4 when you're writing out your numbers and predictions, and vice versa. So if you see a 4, you can keep in mind that, oh, that could be a 9. Same with a 1 and 6. 0 and 5, they reflect as each other as if standing in the mirror. They can play as each other and interchange. A 3 could be an 8, and 8 could be a 3. So there's your quick lesson on mirrors. Knowing that, you're going to come over here and you're going to highlight all of the mirror forms of the 9. Alright, so there we have it. With 4s and 9s are highlighted on your rundown that you have right here. So your next step is to know that that is going to be your starting point to finding your next winning number. Alright, so now we're going to choose our numbers for the next winning draws. Okay, so we're going to take and look at this in a time frame of just the most current at the time that I'm making this video. So here we go. First of all, I just want to give you guys a fun fact that this workout often lasts for 2 to 3 draws. So for those of you, like for instance Massachusetts, that has 2 draws per day, it would work for both draws. So let me show you guys an example. Your starting point that you're going to want to look at is going to be a digit that either touches and or includes a highlighted area. Your next digit should touch around these highlighted areas or contain one of the highlighted numbers. All right, so let's take a look at it. The next winning numbers for the day of January, the following day for the 8th, you'll see that the numbers that came out, because we're using the number that came out on the 7th, that last draw number, and we're predicting it for the next day for the 8th, you'll see that right here is the next number that came out the following morning, 7118. So if you look, there is your 1 connecting to the date sums. 1, 7, 1, 8. See how it's all right through here? It came out just as is as a base number right there. That is where your number fell. This gives you an indication of where it's going to drop. Now, let's also take a look at how I discussed using mirror numbers. I'm going to give you an example. Say you kept seeing a 6, you saw the 3, you saw the 7, and you saw the 1, and you kept wanting to play 6, 3, 7, 1. Well, if you look, a 6 can play as a 1, so that would have been your 1. The 3 could play as an 8. There would have been your 8. There's your 7. And then here are your 1s. They would have lined up right there. Okay, another way you could have done it, say you saw the 1, 1, 7, 3. Okay, well, 7, 1, 1, you don't have a 3, but that 3 can play as an 8, and the 8 plays as a 3. All right, because they're mirroring each other. There would have been your mirror numbers. It was very heavily in this area. Okay, so let's look at the next draw, the one for the evening or the night draw. All right, so the next one that came out on the same day for January 8th was 6125. So let's take a look at this. You have 2651. 2651. It's right there. See how it touches around the date sums? Each number connects to the next number. Each box connects to the next box. All right, you're not going like this number, this digit, and then this digit. What you're doing is they all have to connect to each other. All right, and it can be in the area for a variety of different ways. It could go, like I said, a multitude of different sections. So you can see it in there multiple times. Sometimes you may only see it in there one time. No matter how many ways you mirror it, it may only fall once. A lot of the times when you're playing these, like I said, key factors to remember that they can play for 2 to 3 draws. So you already see where the morning draw had fell very heavily right here on the bottom. So our next one, 6125, came right here. There's your 6251. You could even say 2, 6. If you mirror this over, there is your 5 and there is your 1. All right, there's 2, 6, 5, and then there's your 1. Like you have it right here. 5, 1, 6, 2, they still play right here on this portion as well. So this is a good method to use. You just start with your 6, 4, 6, 4. A lot of the times I just use this to be able to add this, and I don't even look at this part right here anymore. I actually rewrite my method, my core numbers right here. I rewrite them, or I will mark these numbers across the top out. Sometimes they can play using these numbers, but I find that I find better results if I just go ahead and remove that and look at solely this section here. So again, remember your key factor of starting it is going to be finding your date sum. That's going to give you the starting point on where to look. Remember, you need to learn mirror numbers so that you know which ones to reflect back and forth, so that you know which ones to highlight as far as the date sum and its mirror. So I hope this helps you guys. Let me know, and I will talk to y'all soon. Good luck, and later, y'all.